Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Lindsay and I love all things reading because reading is what? Fundamental, as per RuPaul. Welcome back, and I super appreciate you guys sticking around while I took a little bit of a hiatus. I have been in a little bit of a reading slump just with the weather. I've been kind of getting out walking and not listening to as many audiobooks. So my reading has definitely been on a decline since February, but I came across a video that gave me kind of a cute little idea for a new series or a new video that I want to do. So I wanted to film that today. I'm actually filming this the day after World Book Day, which is when I uploaded my last video. So if you haven't seen that one, it was a very epic unboxing. So I will leave that linked down below. But this one, I'm gonna go through a couple of books that I received from my last order with Book of the Month. And then I'm gonna get into the super cool little video idea that I have going on in my head. Anyways, I hope everything works out. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so before I get into the books, if you have not already, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I would super duper appreciate it. I'm feeling great. It's a Sunday, the birds are chirping, it's like Snow White just sparkling all of her great little sunshine outside. I had a really cute little girls' night last night with some charcuterie, so we're feeling great today. And so yeah, I wanted to talk about some books. You might be able to see I'm trying to watch the Blue Jays game. It's like 30 minutes before the game starts. They're playing the Houston Astros, and the film idea that I have for today has something to do with some people in Texas, so I thought that was a cute little tie-in. Blue Jays are up 2-0 in the series so far, so awesome us. Okay, so I'm gonna go through first and foremost the 3 newest books that I got from Book of the Month. I will say that I did continue ordering from them even if I did not show it on the channel for the last couple of months, but I have closed my US PO box. I just wasn't using it enough, and I just, you know, if I can cut costs in little areas, then it kind of adds up to a lot of money that I have been able to save. So that is one of the things that I did cut out. However, next weekend, me and one of my friends are going to be going to the book outlet, which is probably around 30 to 40 minutes away from where we live. And it is like a treasure trove of books. I'm so excited to go and visit it. So I'm sure that I'll have a potential haul coming for that as well. But yeah, so I definitely want to get into the books that I was able to pick up from Book of the Month before I close my PO box. The first one, I normally only purchase romance novels and thrillers from Book of the Month, and this one obviously is very much the same. This one has been getting a lot of hype, I guess, maybe from either BookTube or Instagram, that kind of thing. I have read a book from her before. This is kind of going to be like a second, possibly last chance, and it is The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. So this one, from what I understand, a woman goes to visit her brother in Paris, and when she gets to his apartment, she figures out or finds out that he's not there. So I don't know if it's like a chase around Paris. I don't know if they're just in the apartment building. I did read the guest list by Lucy Foley and I gave it 3 stars. It was very middle of the road for me. So depending on how I like this novel, then we'll see if I read any more of her books. I also think it's kind of funny that I have another book called The Paris Apartment. This one is by Kelly Bowen, but this one seems to be a little bit like perhaps like a historical fiction. So I might actually do a video comparing the 2 books as well. Obviously completely different genres, but let me know if you might be interested in seeing something like that as well. Okay, so the next book that I was able to get from Book of the Month is another thriller. It is called Everything We Didn't Say by Nicole Bart. All I know is that this was a thriller. This is actually from October of 2021. So this was one of my add-ons, and it says, Juniper Baker was 19 when her world was torn apart. As fireworks lit up the summer sky, her neighbors were brutally murdered right outside their barn. And to Juniper's horror, her younger brother became the prime suspect. In an instant, everything she loved fell away. She escaped, pledging never to return. So I'm guessing this is kind of like her coming back to the town. I'm not going to read any more of the synopsis. I do kind of like going into these books not knowing a ton. But yeah, it seems like a super fun thriller. Most of these I'll probably save potentially for like the going into fall season. But I like these kinds of books to kind of break up some of the lighter, fluffier novels that I've been reading. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one as well. Okay, so I have one more book of the month book that I purchased in the month of March, I believe, as an add-on. But this one is going to tie into my video idea. So 2 channels that I feel I have extremely similar taste in reading are Robin from Oh Hello Robin and the Daunties with Donna and Rochelle. Everything that they read, I've either already read or am extremely interested in. So I was watching a few of their videos, and some of the books that Robin's read, I've already read, but there are more books that Rochelle and Donna haven't read, or that they have, and that I haven't. So I left a message on one of their videos saying it would be super fun for me, or I thought it would be a super cute idea to film a video about everything that the Daunties are reading and seeing what I think of them. And that's totally what I'm gonna do. The Daunties are from Texas, so this is why I'm watching the Houston Astros game. And I just think that this would be so fun. Rochelle and I are like soul sisters when it comes to reading, and I'm pretty sure that I'm like that with Donna as well, based on some of the things that she's liked reading. I watched, I think, like their top 10 or top 5 books that they have recently, and those books are some of the ones that I wanted to read anyways. So the last and final book that I got from Book of the Month was the Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. There's another one of her books that I wanted to pick up, and it's got like a motel on the front of it. I wanted to pick that one up, but I thought that I would choose this one first, just because I think this was in Donna's like top 5 of reading. So I wanted to pick this one up. I think this is a kind of like a collection of shorter stories within here. Some of them have a paranormal aspect to them. So that's something that I'm not 100% like fond of, but we shall see. I'm still really excited to read this one. So this is going to be first on my list. And then I have 3 other books. All of them were already on my bookshelf, so I was really excited to just be able to pick those up instead of having to purchase anything. The first one, I've heard good things about the audiobook, but I do have the physical copy. We'll see if maybe I do like a pairing for it. I'm really excited about this one because Nina over at Wrestling with Books and Wrestling with Disney also recommended this one in one of her videos. And it is Dial A for Aunties, and this one is by Jessie Sutanto. So this is super cute. I love yellow. Yellow is my favorite color. So this one, I want to say that it's about a wedding. Is it? Yeah. So what happens when you mix one accidental murder with 2,000 wedding guests and then toss in a possible curse on 3 generations of an immigrant Chinese Indonesian family? You get 4 meddling Asian aunties coming to the rescue. So I think this sounds super great. I do know that Donna had talked about the audiobook because of the different voices and the different characterizations of each of the characters. So I think I will probably download that on the Script app when I'm able to. But I'm really excited for this. And then on the back of this one, it does say that there's a reader's guide included as well. So I don't know if I necessarily need that, but I like that it's an option. Okay, the next one is another thriller, Imagine That, and it is called The Maid. This is maybe one of my all-time favorite covers. I just think this is so pretty. So this was a book of the month that I picked up, I believe, in February, and it is under the Thrills and Chills section. I think this has to do with a murder, like obviously in a hotel. It says, a dead body is one mess she can't clean up on her own. Molly Gray is not like everyone else. She struggles with social skills and misreads the intentions of others. Her gran used to interpret the world for her, codifying it in simple rules that Molly could live by. Since Gran died a few months ago, 25-year-old Molly has been navigating life's complexities all by herself. No matter, she throws herself with gusto into her work as a hotel maid. Her unique character, along with her obsessive love of cleaning and proper etiquette, makes her an ideal fit for the job. She delights in donning her crisp uniform each morning, stocking her cart with miniature soaps and bottles, and returning guest rooms at the Regency Grand Hotel to a state of perfection. But Molly's orderly life is upended the day she enters the suite of the infamous and wealthy Charles Black, only to find it in a state of disarray and Mr. Black himself dead in his bed. Before she knows what's happening, Molly's unusual demeanor has the police targeting her as the lead suspect. She quickly finds herself caught in a web of deception when she has no idea how to untangle. Fortunately for Molly, friends she never knew she had unite with her in a search for clues to what really happened to Mr. Black. But will they be able to find the real killer before it's too late? This reminds me kind of like a Clue kind of game. Like it's, you know, Mr. Black in the bed, in the bedroom. Like it just kind of like gives me that vibe. I also used to work in hospitality, so this just kind of like has more of a personal kind of touch to me as well. I wasn't in housekeeping, I was in guest services, but at the same time, I'm really excited to read this one. Okay, so I've seen The Maid all over Bookstagram, all of that kind of stuff, but this next book has been heavily anticipated on my list, and after I saw Rochelle talk about it, I knew that I definitely had to read it as well. I already had bought it last summer, so really excited about it. The second book, I don't know if it's going to be a series, but the second book after this one, or the sequel, came out, I want to say, in February or March. So I'm hoping that I like this one and can find the second one next weekend. But the book that I'm going to be reading is Finley Donovan is Killing It. I'm so excited about this one. Riley Marie's channel raves about this one. Olivia over at Olivia Reads a Latte loved this one as well. So many people have nothing but great things to read about this one, so I'm hoping that I have a lot of the same thoughts. This one, I believe, is an author and she's with her literary agent at some kind of public place, like a restaurant or something, and she's talking about the plot of her book, but there is a murder for hire kind of person that is overhearing the conversation about the plot of her book and wants to hire Finley to murder somebody. So she's kind of like put in this precarious position, and I think this is her kind of story about what happens. So I've heard it's funny. It's obviously a mystery thriller kind of book as well. Lisa Gardner has blurbed the back. I love a lot of Lisa Gardner books. Megan Miranda as well. I've read one of her books. I don't recognize Wendy Walker or Kelly Garrett. But anyways, I'm super duper excited about this one and cannot wait to get to this little TBR that the Daunties didn't even know that they gave me. All right, so that is going to wrap everything up for me today. If you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments down below. If you have any other recommendations, either in kind of like a thriller, suspense kind of genre. I do like my fluffy novels as well, just to kind of bring, you know, just a little lighter side to everything too. I've been on a little bit of a Colleen Hoover kick. I know some of hers are a little bit depressing, but I do really like her writing. So yeah, just let me know what you guys are reading in the comments down below. Yeah, like I said before, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, I don't have a time frame as to when I'm going to be able to read these books. I'm very much in a zen state in life right now, and I'm just kind of doing things when they speak to me, and but I am excited to get my thoughts and everything down. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again real soon. Toodaloo.